Episode 38. Is your bedroom a sanctuary? Welcome back to One Extraordinary Marriage, where we talk about life, love, and the pursuit of intimacy. You're here with Elisa DiLorenzo.
And Tony DiLorenzo.
And we want to welcome you to tonight's episode. We are going to be getting into some really fun conversation, talking about your bedroom and doing some different things this week. But we always start with what we've done this past week, and got some fun things to share with you guys. Monday was Labor Day. And,
Before we go into that, I just want to say thank you to everybody.
Go for it.
Because I think, a couple of weeks ago, Elisa and I were just talking about how, if you find our podcast interesting and you're enjoying it, to share it with your friends, your family. And we just want to say thank you to you guys. Because in all honesty, in the last few weeks, we've had a number of new listeners coming on board. A lot of you are emailing us, telling us that you're doing the 60-day challenge or the 7-day challenge. And we just can't thank you enough. Mm-hmm. I mean, truly, One Extraordinary Marriage podcast wouldn't be what it is if it wasn't for you guys. I mean, you guys are just awesome. And, it's just cool. We're thankful. And I sort of, right before we got on the air here, as I jumped onto the iTunes store just to see what you guys are saying about us, and thank you. We have 15 ratings, a 4.5 star, and you know what? That's cool. And if you haven't rated us, go do it, because that shows other people that we're worthy of listening to, and that's huge. And we're going to read some emails tonight about the difference that this podcast is making. So rate us 5 stars if you can.
We like the 5-star rating, but honestly, be honest. Be candid in your ratings.
We do. We don't.
You guys know that's something that we hold dear, integrity and honesty. And so, be truthful.
Yeah. Read the reviews. And if you like one of the reviews, hey, click yes. If you want to leave your own review, let us know what we're doing. And let others know, because truly our goal, and we haven't said this often enough, our goal is to talk about sex to Christian couples. It's not talked about enough in a manner that we seem fit, and we're just a married couple, Christian married couple, that believes that sex and intimacy and the 6 forms of intimacy that we talked about and stripped down are necessary to make your marriage amazing.
Well, not just necessary, but they're possible.
They're possible.
You can have really amazing sexual intimacy. You can be deeply intimate with people, with your spouse, on all of these different levels. Mm-hmm.
Emotional, intellectual,
and just
financial, spiritual. Just
because you have faith that backs that up actually means that it can be even that much more mind-blowing when you share that faith. And
our story, where we've been, and the last 2 years of where we are now, and it's possible, and if you haven't listened to What If, that tells our story from now to 2 years prior. Mm-hmm. And so we ask you to get up and what if you did something extraordinary in your marriage. Doesn't have to be 60 days of sex. Doesn't have to be 7 days of sex. It could be something that is just very, it pertains just to you guys. Something that you guys enjoy doing together.
Yeah. What if you changed one thing in your marriage today for the better?
Yeah. When I hiked the Pacific Crest Trail.
Happy anniversary, by the way.
Thank you. Oh, that's right. Today, 10 years ago, I completed the Pacific Crest Trail, which is a hike from Mexico to Canada, 2,650 miles. Thank
58.
You.
I'll give you the extra 8.
Thank you.
You probably did a few more than that.
Yep. Elisa, when I finished that, Elisa and my folks met me up in Manning Park, British Columbia. That's where it ends. It starts here in California, just east of San Diego. And after 4.5 months on the trail, that last part, we didn't see each other for 2 months, because the last time we saw each other was July 4th.
Yeah, it was that July 4th in Lake Tahoe.
In Lake Tahoe. So we didn't see each other for two two and a half months.
All of Oregon, all of Washington, part of
Right.
California.
And it was a joyous occasion to see Elisa. Little did we know, about 2-3 weeks later, we were about to end our marriage. And that was 10 years ago.
But that's a story for another episode.
Yeah. So
after we wrap up, that's actually one we should make a note of. After we wrap up the small group study on Strip Down, we should go back and revisit
and talk about, we
that,
almost got a divorce back then. That was the one and only time that word came up in our marriage. So
you'll have to tune in for a few more episodes
Right.
to find out about that story.
So anyway, thank you guys. I just want to say it from my heart. Thank you. It is a joy to have you guys responding to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome. Go to the Facebook fan page. I've been throwing up a bunch of stuff up there to just get your minds thinking. I'm really just searching the web for some fun articles, some different articles, things that just to make you think. Some of them may throw you askew. You may not like it. Totally cool. Some of them you may like it. That's cool. I mean, you can tell us either way. It's just to make you start thinking a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what it's about. Some stuff you filter through, some stuff you grab onto it and you go for it. And that's what I do a lot of, when people come to me talking about certain stuff, I do the same thing. So, all right. Praise you guys. Thank you. So let's go on to our week.
Yeah.
We had Memorial Day, which was a
Labor Day.
Labor Day. Yeah, it's the end of the year.
September.
So we had a fun Labor Day with some friends over that have kids the same age as our kids.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
Very laid back. The girls are at the age where they are starting to perform, so they put on a puppet show / play with us, and it was quite the production because they were using finger puppets that were all of about 1.5 inches tall.
Yeah.
And they had this elaborate, blanket fort type thing, and they were just, much to their brothers' entertainment. Their brothers were having a hard time not laughing hysterically.
The boys were just...
The boys were typical older brothers when their younger sisters were trying to do something, and
So needless
after
to
we
say,
banished
dads
them,
were not happy with the boys.
After we banished them, there was quite this little production by the girls, and so that was a lot of fun. And one of the things that we had mentioned to you guys last week that we had talked about, finding something that the two of you can do together.
Right.
Do something physical. Get out, take a hike, go for a run, go for a swim, go to the park, go window shopping, whatever it is. Well, lo and behold, in this last week, we've received an invitation to participate in an event here in San Diego. And for those of you that are local, I'm putting out a big plug for this one. It is the Monster Dash put on by the OWC at Miramar.
Who's the OWC?
It's the Officer and Wives Club.
Okay.
And this is an event that is special to me because actually a girlfriend of mine who is a military wife is the event coordinator. But what they're doing is they are raising funds to provide scholarships for military dependents, both wives, spouses, and children for their education. These are men and women and children who put a big chunk of their lives on hold sometimes when mom or dad is deployed. And it's a 10K, a 5K, there's a 1K fun run for the younger kids. It's actually it's the Saturday right before Halloween, so I think that's the 29th. October 30th. See, that's why I have all those links handy. And they actually, you can come in costume.
Cool.
You can do all kinds of fun stuff. And so we actually, as a family, are going to do the 5K.
Right. So we're not biking though.
No, I'm sorry. You're going to have to actually move your legs attached to the ground.
Okay.
No wheels. The only one that gets to be on wheels is Abby, and that's only because she will whine if we try and get her to do a 5K.
So those of you who are in San Diego, we would love to meet you. And if this is something that you and your spouse and your family would love to do, drop us a note. We can do a rendezvous down there once we get closer, figure it all out, and it would be awesome if we could meet and hang out for a 5K. We're just doing that one because of the Appsters, and they allow us to bring a stroller for that one. But just a huge plug to our friend Aaron who does do this, and all that they go through. It touches home because we do live here in San Diego, and we have numerous friends who are in the military and do get deployed for long periods of time. So, and that's why we're doing this. And another part of it is that it's part of our recreational intimacy. Elisa and I don't do a lot of our exercise together. We do some fit marriage workouts together at times. We tend to do a lot of our stuff separately. I'm a big cyclist, as many of you know.
In case you haven't heard him mention that on the last 37 or so episodes.
Get out of here.
Hey.
And but this is a fun way for us to just go hang out, work out and work towards something, a goal for us, and to get the kids involved as well. So love to have you join us. I'll put
we have a link for the website
in the show notes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And also this week, what happened? I went up to the True Face Intensive, and many of you have heard me talk about Bo's Cafe. Fantastic book. I was invited up there to meet John Lynch and Bruce and Bill, the authors of that book. They have another book called True Faced, and they talk about these 10 truths. Really cool stuff, and stuff that I think we're going to try to dive into a little bit more here in the future. It's almost a little bit of a paradigm shift in certain areas for me, and I wanted to relay one of those areas to you guys. One thing we've talked about in the last 36 episodes is having an accountability partner. And I believe in this. Something they mentioned, which was really interesting to me, that got me thinking a little bit, is having a protector. So as a spouse, you give permission to your spouse to know everything about you. And by doing that, you are actually asking for their protection. And this is sort of like a shield, sort of the armor of God on you. And not like accountability. I think one of the guys in there said, when you hear accountability partner, what do you think? Chain and whip. Oh, you didn't do it. I got you. You sucker, you didn't do it. Where really, when I am divulging information to Elisa and I'm letting her into the deepest part of my life and who I am also asking her to protect me. I'm asking her to shield me. So something that I'm really trying to grasp and understand. So personally, I think it's right on.
Yeah, I mean, you came back very fired up.
I was. I thought
you were excited about going. And I think it was just everything that you had hoped it would be and more. Yeah,
and it was just fantastic. The guys there, if you haven't picked up Bo's Cafe, I'll put a link again. Fantastic book. It's even one of my buddies that came up with me. He read the book and he loved it. So that was cool.
We had date night this week.
We had date night. Yes, we did.
This was Tony's month to plan, and so he actually...
Take the lead was my month.
Take the lead.
Yep.
Month of September. And so oh, you're looking at me. I thought you were going to interject. We went up to Stone Brewery. It's actually a local brewery here in Escondido. And so we took the brew tour, and that was very, very fascinating. All kind of the science and the business side of everything that goes into, a glass.
Here's one of the things that we're trying to do too more is with our Take the Leads and our date nights, instead of just plopping down at a restaurant, because Elisa and I could cook Poway sushi almost every month and be happy with that and not really say much to each other or learn anything new, just culturally or I don't know what, just not.
We're just trying to expand our horizons.
Yeah. And so we're really trying to go, okay, what are some fun things we can do? Doesn't have to be expensive. Obviously, a brew tour is free and you get free tasters afterwards.
Well, I don't know if that's an obviously, but it is at Stone Brewing.
Yeah, most brew houses do that.
Okay.
They'll do free tasters at the end of a tour. So that was fun. We did stay for dinner, which was fantastic.
I just have to put a shout out to our waitress, Kim.
Oh, she was fantastic.
She was phenomenal. We ended up sitting outside on the patio.
Which was really cool because they had this big old fire pit, and then they had this cool waterfall. So we had fire and water going on.
And a heat lamp right by me.
And it was romantic, and you could just feel the passion between us. There's like electricity going on. And it may have been because Elisa had too many tasters.
I was going to say, I think that's probably the alcohol, not the fire or water thing you got going on there. But Kim...
I like to think it was a fire in the water and just my good looks.
You've really kind of got this ego thing going on. Ever since you got those new sunglasses... I don't know. Perhaps we should have a picture of the sunglasses or you in the sunglasses.
Those sunglasses are hot.
That's what you tell yourself all the time.
You've told me a number of times.
Okay. We're sitting there at dinner tonight. I'll get back to Stone Brewery in a minute and Kim, our waitress. We're sitting at dinner tonight and Tony, the kids are actually doing pretty well at dinner. They're not like bouncing around. All of a sudden Tony says, okay, I have something really important I want to say. I'm thinking it's going to be, you know what, kids, you've played really well together tonight, this and that. It's been a really enjoyable day. No, what does my dear sweet husband say? He says, kids, I just want you to know your dad's good looking. So in case you ever wonder if Tony has an ego problem, he doesn't. No self-esteem issues on the other side of the microphone. Couldn't believe it. Yes, honey, you're attractive, fun. But it was just really kind of one of those like totally out of left field types of comments.
Sometimes you gotta just throw a little different. It's gotta have fun.
Gotta have fun. So laugh. Kim, our waitress, we're sitting outside. Beautiful evening. I mean, it was this great San Diego fall evening, but it's dark out there. They have little candles on the table, but unless you're sitting right at the fire pit, I don't know how they expect you to read your menu.
Right. It was at the point where I was just like, well, pick something to eat and all.
Yeah.
Because Elise and I are we share too most times now.
That's only because portions are so large that we can't eat a whole thing.
Hey, that's another thing. If you're going out and you're on a budget, share a plate. I mean, honestly.
Ask them what's large.
Yeah. Plate sizes are astronomical and you don't need to be taking that many calories in. You just don't. I mean, it's ridiculous and the cost is ridiculous. So we share plates. That's
what we did. But Kim had these handy dandy little lights, like light magnifier glass thing.
Yeah, I know.
That she just looked at. She's like, oh, here. This way you don't have to strain your eyes to see. And I just thought, oh my gosh, she's getting a huge tip because I can actually read the menu. I'll be ordering something.
Yeah. The service was, she was phenomenal.
Just an absolute sweetheart and really kind of made the evening. But yes, going back to the tasters, I did take advantage of all 4 of my tasters, but I have become such a lightweight that between those 4 tasters and the one beer that we shared at dinner, poor Tony. So Wednesday, Thursdays, and Fridays are my nights.
Yeah, so those are Elisa's nights to take the lead and initiate in the bedroom.
So Wednesday and Thursday.
Or outside of the bedroom. And for those of you who have seen our latest video, if you're not on Marriage Minute Monday, you can catch it, I think, on Facebook. I put it up there.
Is that the emergency kit one?
The emergency kit.
Okay, so here's what happens on Friday night after dinner. Actually, during dinner, we kind of have one of those aha moments that we've packed the emergency kit.
For the video.
But it's not with us. And actually, did you find it? Do you know where we put it?
I don't know where it is.
Okay, so we have a stray emergency kit wandering around, but it wasn't with us Friday night. Okay, so there's a problem. Packed emergency kit, not with us.
I know. Where did that sucker go?
2, we come home, and I am just like, I lay down to put Abby to bed, and I kid you not, I was having a little bit of that spinning sensation from too much alcohol, and I'm like, oh, this is not good.
No,
and I couldn't even read to Abby. My eyes were hurting so bad. I'm like, oh, sorry, honey, we're just going to cuddle and go to sleep. So I put her to bed, and then I literally go and just like fall down on our bed. And Tony says, you understand it's Friday, right? And I said, yes. And I like brushed my teeth and went straight to bed. So I did not hold up my end of the bargain for my 3 days. I like don't even remember actually going to sleep. It was kind of like, I remember laughing that yes, I do remember it's Friday, but I'm going to bed. So no love for Tony on Friday.
My thing was we also had Wednesday, Thursday. So anyways, here's what
often on date night though. If we've got date night the same month, or same week,
I understand. I felt rejected. That's all. I will have to say that I was bummed.
I was intoxicated.
I don't care. We had sex when we were intoxicated many years.
Yes, but I'm very old now. I couldn't handle my little drinks. I used to be able to handle that and much more.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I have apologized.
No. I'm just saying
there was no way on Friday night I could have initiated anything with you because I wasn't staying conscious long enough for that.
I understand. But see, here's the problem too, is so instead on Saturday you could have said, "Hey honey, I'm going to make it up to you." I even had to make a prompt. I had to prompt you on Saturday going like, "Well, you did miss the last 3 days that are your days. I know Saturdays are off day. Are we going to make it happen?"
That is so not how you
yes,
phrased
it
it.
was.
You just said, you could make it up today. You didn't give all that background. Maybe you were thinking it, but you didn't give all that background when you actually brought it up to me. And I thought, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
I think it would have been better if you would have said, "Hey, honey," in the morning or something. "Hey, I'm sorry about last night."
In the morning, what did I do for you? I came and saved your blown out tire bottom and bicycle.
Not my butt.
Blown out tire.
Oh, okay. I was
Your
going to say nothing happened to my butt.
Blown out tire. I came and saved you. I took care of you Saturday morning. You were sitting on the side of the road.
You took care of me in the sense that you picked me up because I had mechanical issues. Wasn't like you serviced me or anything. Did I just say that out loud?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
boy.
I think because your mind was all on the mechanical issues with your bike.
I know.
You're thinking about servicing your bike.
Oh, man.
Moving on.
All right.
Moving on. I made it up to you.
I'm just saying it would have been nice if you would have just said, "Hey, Tony, tonight, I know last night happened." It would have just been nice if you would have just acknowledged that. So all day Saturday, I'm not sitting here going, "Are we going to have it? Or are we not? Is she going to just blow this off?" Knowing that you're about to have your monthly period. So, okay. I'm glad we worked through that online. Thank you.
Do you feel better?
I feel much better.
Do you? Because I'm getting the sense that you don't.
No, we had sex. I'm good. And that was last night.
Okay. And then you did Palomar today. 100 miles.
And then I did Palomar today. Yes, I did. I did a 100-mile bike ride today. Mount Palomar. It's a fun thing that I do. It's a third annual. I don't know if it was a third annual. I've done it 3 times. When was the first time I did that? When I was 33?
Your birthday.
33rd? 32nd.
34? Let's see. How old was Abby?
Was Abby born?
Abby was 6 months old. So she was born in 2005. So that would have been 2006.
So like 32nd?
There.
33rd.
33rd.
Yeah. All right. So I've done it 3 times in the last 4 years, which is cool.
It's a tough one. It's one that actually some of the pros. Don't the pros use Palomar as a training?
Oh yeah.
Down here. Yeah.
Oh no, it's a hefty ride. I'm feeling it today.
All right, let's share some emails.
Yeah, who cares about my riding?
We've already talked about the bike.
Yeah, and then this email came in this week from Carrie, and Elisa's going to read it because it was sent to her. Again, it's because of you guys. You guys are sharing the One Extraordinary Marriage podcast. People are finding it, and this is what's going down, and we want to just give you a little insight of what we get on a weekly basis with some emails.
And I got this at the Ask Elisa at oneextraordinarymarriage.com website or email, and you can always shoot me an email there. You can shoot one off to Tony at asktony at oneextraordinarymarriage.com. Give us a call. 858-57. Oh my goodness, I just
858-876-5663.
I haven't said that in a while.
I know. We haven't had any phone calls in a while. Give us a call.
Probably because I'm not saying 858-876-5663.
Give us a call.
Give us a call. So here's what Carrie had to say. Dear Lisa, I have just started listening to your podcasts. I'm getting ready for lesson 8. I have to tell you, on my way to work yesterday morning while listening to the rejection lesson, I swear at one point you screamed, "Carrie, I'm talking to you." Hearing Tony talk about how he felt made me realize how my husband must feel. I could close my eyes and picture my husband saying the exact same thing, and it made me sad. We have had almost the exact same situation. We were married in our early 20s. We had a healthy baby boy whose name is Andrew. Lost our second baby. Had another baby boy. Then lost another baby. After that, losing that second baby, I was mentally shot. After our first miscarriage, I was a nutcase during my entire next